Enter the Depressing World, now in stereo. Before you can say, another Mew chapter? We are treated with sounds and eerie development that leaves everyone in distress. As much as I would like for some happy thoughts, the series isn't letting us go to the happy place. Probably never again. This depressing chapter brings in more destruction from a man with no return to peace, and very odd shift from someone that left me confused. This chapter technically has best of both worlds, one for atmospheric thrills and the other is for character and plot development. It delivers another intensity ensued from dragon destruction. All we were missing is Godzilla theme song. We even have military to join the fray. Rather relying on raw display of emotions, it uses the reactions to create madness. They make it out a big deal of its chaos. So unless this is Pacific Rim prequel, Dragon will continue to destroy. It's best to keep it as it is to show the final stage of destruction, rather than anyone can transform to Godzilla size. Could you imagine in part 3 if everyone can do it? Because of how effective this scene is, it has to remain unique. I don't know if that one girl civilian will amount to anything outside of showcasing that everyone isn't safely evacuated, but I wouldn't mind it to be that way. Unlike one movie which said everyone in the city is evacuated in a matter of one night, this destruction feels authentic. If she is meant to be someone, I don't know who, though Kimi did pop up in my mind. I'll stick to the former for the time being. I don't know what's more bizarre, the fact that Dragon is terrorizing Tokyo, or the oddly toned discussion between Uri and Furuta. Yes, they are alive. This has me confused and wondering what is up with the mood. It's all because of Furuta feeling defeated. Despite his master plan, whatever his motive may truly be, came true. So what gives? It feels like we just have a new writer and decided, you know what? Let's make Furuta the coolest guy ever. I'm happy that Furuta's plan didn't go exactly the way it did, because who can really predict Kaneki and his madness? I can believe engaging the plan with some exceptions, but the plan effect can't be predicted precisely. I'm glad Ishida didn't make it that precise, so again, it's the right call. What bothers me is how Furuta acts like a different guy. Uri sees destruction and believes that Ghoul is nothing but madness and destruction. Supposedly, Furuta was going to use the subject from Kaneki's cell to revive Haru, but because of the effect, it looks to be pointless. Regardless if it works, she will end up as a ghoul and perhaps a mindless monster. So there's no way to think that she will come back like a normal being. One way or another, it doesn't seem like it can work. That is if he isn't trolling, because Kanu is a wizard since he knows everything about Ghoul, but who the hell knows? One part that I often go back is the fairy tale of the first One-Eyed King, because it may be a very important input to the lore. It sounds like King has spread out his cell to citizens, in which highly suggested that they became Ghoul. I may have read this wrong, but that's how it was described. It's probably why Furuta wanted to experiment for himself. It would make a lot of sense on why ghouls even look like human. I thought it was pretty depressing for Uri to actually come clean and admit that he knew that the chance was slim to none. But he followed Furuta only because he was clinging to hope. Now that he feels like not only that chance won't happen, but more lives has been lost. Furuta apologizing is so weird. And yet I feel like there's some genuine remorse. That scares me, because Furuta can be a hell of an actor, unless he truly means it. That sad look on Uri's face is heartbreaking. It's like his life went to hell or even deeper than before. The price they pay is beyond repair, and they have to witness everything with their naked eyes. It's nice to know that Hiroko and Yusa are still alive like I predicted. Again, if you don't see their bodies, that means they could be alive. The real key moment is how they are all alive. Uri and Hiroko were fighting against each other until Kaneki's clone appeared to ambush, and they ended up working together. What startled me is when Furuta replied with, "How nice," which left Uri a bit puzzled. I can't help but think if that's supposed to show Furuta's true color. The fact Uri and Hiroko were enemy only to become ally because of Kaneki is a sign of unification by common enemy. Could this be a clear indication of super peace? Remember, we are only guessing that this could be the reason why he does it, so we are getting close to true confirmation. It's also worth noting that Furuta is no longer the bureau, as if to say his job is truly done. He did get what he wanted it, and whatever is beyond his expectation or not, igniting it is all he wanted. If Tokyo survives, will it be CCG? Everything has gone to hell, and Furuta is just leaving like that. The question I can only ask, can we trust his words entirely? I can't help but feel like there's some lies or there's something about him that just gives me an uncomfortable feeling. Again, he come off very sincere, but maybe it was just all an act. As if to say, I don't need Uri anymore, cause I did my job. So I could just expose him and make him heartbreak by telling him everything can never come to his way. I don't know. It's really hard to say. It's a nice gentle spot to see Uri ready to go to the surface for one final hurrah because he is an investigator to the bitter end, only for Hiroko to help him like close brothers. I guess you could say they have raised the death flags, and if both do die, at least they got over their grudges. It's a nice tender display of true comrade. Hopefully none of them will die, but it does feel like one, if not both, won't return. If there's one thing that truly shines the chapter is the presentation, because much like the last chapter, it's really detailed. It has many double pages but left on a dreary note of destruction. That girl with checkerboard skirt is clearly a sign that has been reflected throughout the series, clearly made for ironic imagery. The destruction scenery is grim and depressing, including for what I believe is Takizawa looking at the destroyed city. The dialogues are nothing but depressing notes. Furuta wasn't clowning here for some reason, so it only adds more to the dreary mood. Yusa leaves an eerie question about Arima's vision of the world. There's no win in all of this. It's strange that in the end, Kaneki did Eto a favor by destroying the world to force a factory reset. The last panel is the perfect image of hell. Toka is alive, but all bloody and stares to the screen with a look that is hard to describe. It's a broken mess that completes the tone of destruction. We don't even know how she truly feels, but that one shot left a deep note. This is a damn depressing chapter that seems ready to end on everyone will die flag. It's really hard to predict on how this will end. It's great to feel this way, but at the same time it's a real struggle. I don't know what else to say, but hopefully it will come to an end on a happy note. I am far beyond optimistic. I'm giving this chapter a 9. What are your thoughts of this chapter? I can't really predict what's going to happen next. We still have to see what Hide will do in this arc, unless he's being saved for part 3. I mean, can anyone really predict how to stop Kaneki in this state? I don't even know what they can do. Now we know Toka is alive. I still feel uncomfortable what could happen next for her, what could happen next to anyone right now. It's damn depressing. Like, what the hell? God, all I ask is for a happy ending. Apparently that's too much. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.